Any kind of pressure while you were attempting Tolkien's work?
Well, I mean, the biggest pressure was the pressure that Patrick and I put on ourselves, simply because there's such a need for what Middle Earth can bring to our world. There's a real darkness in our world right now. There's a lot of people who are in a lot of pain. Political darkness, economic darkness, social darkness, just a lot of challenges. And Middle Earth speaks to people in their soul. It's one of the reasons why Tolkien's work has been, I mean, next to like the Bible, the Quran, and certain writings of Mao Zedong, Tolkien has been the most selling work of all time. And I think that's because no matter what country people come from, no matter what background they have, when people find Tolkien, it goes past all of those other things and finds them in their heart and in their soul. And so we felt like we needed to capture that special feeling of Tolkien. Because really the Second Age, the story I mentioned a moment ago, Tolkien sketched it out, but he didn't do it in a ton of detail in a lot of parts. So there was a lot of things where we had to very carefully excavate what he had shown us, but then also to continue to connect the dots and fill some of the gaps in where necessary. So we tried to do that in as Tolkienian a way as possible to be able to bring that light and that feeling of Middle Earth. And I could say that one of my best moments so far was we showed some Tolkien superfans about 20 minutes of the show, and we were sort of flies on the wall sitting in the back of the auditorium, and I heard someone asked, well, what did you guys think of it? And one of them said, you know, it just feels like Middle Earth. And I spontaneously broke into tears. And I was like, that's all I wanted to accomplish.
That is amazing. Well, हम पहली बार कर रहे हैं यार, एक ताली तो मार लो हमारे लिए.
Robert, I have a question for you. You're playing one of the most famous Elven characters, Elrond. What does Elrond mean to you? And how do we meet Elrond in the Middle Age in these series?
Yeah, well, it's the Second Age, so he's much younger than the trilogy or anything like that. He's half elven, which is a sort of unique thing in the elven world. He's young, he's ambitious, he's serving his king, and yeah, curious about different cultures and stuff.
So you play Bronwyn of the Southlands.
Yes.
And she's a healer. So what we've seen in the trailers, she's extremely powerful, yet she's nurturing. So from where did you draw the strength to play a character this magnanimous?
Thank you for the question. It's so good to be back in India, and thank you for your warm welcome and hospitality. I love playing Bronwyn because she's so multifaceted. She's, as you said, a healer, a single mother to a rebellious teenage son played by Tyro, in a forbidden romance with an elf, Arondir, who is tasked with watching over the Southlanders. I play a Southlander who historically, her ancestors chose the wrong side. They chose evil over good, and she's trying very hard to redeem them. What I love about her is that she is very resilient and strong, as you said, as well as nurturing. And I was going to be a doctor before I started acting. I have a degree in biology, so that side of her, the healing side, resonates with me. But also her determination to redeem her people and to liberate them from the forces of evil of their past, the shackles of their past, really resonates with me as an activist, because I'm a long-time activist for my homeland, Iran, human rights activist. And women in Iran and in many places in the world are at the forefront of the move towards democracy, freedom, and human rights. And so that's where I drew inspiration.
You play Theo, right?
Yes.
And you're the youngest of them all.
Looks like it, yeah.
What was it like? What's the experience, man?
Well, I mean, I think this is kind of big for everyone because it's not every day you get to work on The Lord of the Rings, which is huge. But, you know, thank you to JD for entrusting me with the role, given my inexperience, I guess you could say. But no, I think the whole cast has been really, really, really supportive and, you know, have really taken me under their wing, especially Naz. You know, I was very, very nervous and anxious. I came from working on sets with like 5 people as the crew to hundreds. And, you know, it was very, very overwhelming. But, you know, with J.A. and, you know, Wayne and Charlotte and Naz, Ismail, Ian, everyone that I worked with just made me feel so comfortable and helped me do my job, which is ultimately the most important thing. And yeah, I went from Perth to Mumbai in front of all these beautiful people, and I'm here. And yeah, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, I'm truly, truly blessed.